experience, build on it, and make it even bigger and better for the future, and hopefully avoid these kinds of issues. I think we're ready now, so chill. I'll give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And what's your time at the moment, Chill?
12.
I'm at 9. Idra respawned to the 12 o'clock position and is mining minerals with his SCVs as people normally do, while F91 is indeed mining minerals himself and Skynet is scouting towards Idra at 12, and he is at 6, because it's a two-player map, so if you're not at one, you've got to be at the other.
This would be a map I would 4-pool on if I was going to, but F91 has really shown, he's shown aggressive builds and he's shown macro builds, but he hasn't shown any cheese, which is kind of surprising. That's what I thought he was famous for, and he hasn't done it a single time in this entire series.
Yeah, I mean, F91 has done some kind of all-in cheesy-ish builds in the series thus far, but they haven't been the straight up brutal, hey, I'm just going to cheese you and, you know, show no respect for you whatsoever with a 4-pool. Savior did that to Justin. It was a great game on Neo Requiem. Go watch it, it's hilarious. F91 has been playing solidly. I mean, he's been playing clever all-in builds, all-in builds that have been thought out, and I mean, it's really pulling apart Idra.
And they haven't really been all-in builds that if they fail, they don't have a backup. It's kind of these, you know, you see these builds lately from pro gamers. Idra missed his barracks. Oh my god. Oh no, there it goes. It's he's doing the engineering bay. Oh, this is cute. So he's putting down an engineering bay so F91 can't put down his natural. Very cute from him and very annoying.
Well, I don't know how effective this engineering bay is really going to be. I mean, I don't know how far behind this is going to put Idra. I mean, he's only starting his barracks about, what, now-ish? Yeah, he's starting it now, not going for expansion. And F91 has just simply put his hatchery right next to the engineering bay as a big, hey, screw you. So yeah, I've really got to question his decision to go for the engineering bay.
Well, I'm interested to see if F91 is going to put down a pool or a third hatchery. It looks like he's really focusing on this eBay quite a bit. No pool yet, so it looks like he's going to try to put down... There goes the cancel, and here comes the third hatchery. So I don't know if this is the kind of situation Idra wanted to force, but this is kind of susceptible to a tech build, and we see Idra already has his gas up. So if he gets a vulture out really quickly or some sort of wraith, that could spell trouble.
Interestingly enough, Idra isn't scouting as well as he should be with that SEV, and F91 has gone for 3 hatch before pull. That is very significant because, as she'll noted, it's going to leave him wide open to any kind of harass, and it really depends on how Idra wants to play. And here comes the factory down, so he will be playing a vulture build, and so with this very late pull, things could be quite sticky in the future for F91. Just a note to the viewers, things might get a little laggy in about 2 minutes from now, thanks to our server being annoying.
Alright. Well, I don't know the timing on this pool here. There's going to be a sunken colony up, but he's left a runaround position for that vulture. So F91 had great sunken positioning in the first game, but this sunken looks extremely misplaced. Factory going to be done here in a second. So it looks like the sunken will be up in time, but looks like it will be misplaced.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is a nice gap between those two hatcheries there. That could be a nice spot for an evolution chamber or a hydralisk den or something of that nature to just fill the gap, plug the hole, and, you know, stop that run by. Because, I mean, ultimately, the reason why a lot of Zergs have been losing to Mech has been because they've been just losing so many goddamn drones to vulture harass. Fundamental error to make against Mech, and, well, I'm surprised they can't stop it.
Well, it looks like he cancelled the creep colony and replaced it. Vulture out now, and command center starting, so this vulture is going to be extremely ineffective. It's going to do literally nothing. So Idra really has gained no advantage from this engineering bay except force 3 hatch and give, you know, F91 a boost to his economy. So clearly not what he wanted to do, but that's been the end result. Oh, look at this going around the left. SCV, Vulture, is this going to be a push? Yes, it is.
Oh god, I hate this when it happens to me on iCup or wherever I'm playing. that SCV is going to be able to mine those minerals away relatively slow, but still, it's going to be annoying enough to force F91 to do something about it. F91 won't. Oh no, he's going to jump it in, I think. And yes. Oh no, is the Vulture going to get it? Is it going to get in? Is it going to get in? It's in. The Vulture is in. The Lings have noticed it. The Lings are now chasing the Vulture. Idra's micro is now on the line. If his micro is good enough, he could get a massive advantage from that very, very cute maneuver right there.
Yeah, for sure. And the SCV is still mining the minerals, of course, so that's going to open that up. The Sunken up, that's going to limit the effectiveness here, but still the Vulture is going to kill a lot of Zerglings. If it kills the Zerglings, it can work on the gas drones. Hydralisk out now, so this could have been more effective, but still, I mean, value for your money. There's nothing better than a Vulture in fighting Zerglings and drones, and this is really annoying for F91. He's forced to produce units that aren't drones. Idra stopped looking. I don't know why he did that, and he loses the Vulture almost instantly. So kind of a sloppy end to that.
F91 just managed to kill the SCV before it mined away the very last mineral patch. So Idra hasn't been able to secure a back route to allow more harass, even though he didn't have any coming. So I mean, I guess F91 handled that relatively well, given how Idra's micro is supposed to be perceived.
And he's not following up with mech. He's got 3 barracks working, and I believe an academy with STEM researching. So I don't really like that he's following up with Eminem, but we're going to have to see how he follows this up and what happens. Second Vulture gets instantly surrounded. Just scouting out, it found there's nothing at the bottom right. F91, of course, plays very safe before moving into take another expansion.
I actually like what Idra's doing here. I mean, the Vulture mineral wall jump cuteness must have triggered a few things in F91's mind to think, okay, he's probably going for mech. The second Vulture probably confirmed this, and those Hydralisks are getting range. They do have speed, and they are prepared to take out mech. However, with this 3 rags bio, I mean, that could be effective enough to just overpower F91 right now and force him back and really stifle his economy.
Yeah, we see a late layer, and I don't see any layer tech from F91 yet. We're going to expect to see a Spire if he does think he's fighting mech. But the reason I don't think F91 thinks he's fighting mech is because he should be taking a lot more expansions to fight mech. He's just got these units kind of camped around outside the bridges and hasn't really moved. You see Lurker's tech even, so I think he knows he's fighting bio. I think Idra really misstepped there.
Fair enough. I mean, a Zergling just tried to wander into the main there and saw that Idra has more Marines than one would expect when you're going mech. So F91 is fully aware of what he's doing now, and I guess that this Hydralisk build is his new favorite. It should be. I guess this Hydralisk build is going to be a build that he's going to try take on the Bionic with, even though it looks like it was prepared for mech.
Yeah, so it looks like Hydra Lurker. Lurker's about half research. He started with +1 carapace. Bottom right about to hatch in. And Idra looking to play pretty standard here. He's got the science facility as well. He seems to get science vessels really quickly, especially against Hydralisk openings. It seems a little off, but I don't know. This game is a little weird. You don't see too many Vulture jumps into 3 racks bio, into quick science facility against Hydra Lurker, so it's hard to call what's happening. It's definitely hard for the players to rely on experience against something non-standard like this.
F91 is adding a Queen's Nest in his main, which was just scanned by Idra. So Idra knows that he's going to be going for a very, very fast hive, which means very quick defilers, and I guess there's going to be more Savior-esque play, waiting for the optimal moment to strike, waiting for the critical mass of units, and then able to crush whatever the Terran can throw at him. I'm going to be very interested to see how this plays out for F91. Here comes a dropship actually from Idra. This is quite different from the science vessel that we expected, and Idra has loaded up 7 Marines and a medic, and I will be curious to see where this goes. It will probably be headed to the bottom right expansion, but we'll see.
Look at this group of Hydras reacting almost instantly. I don't know if I like this by Idra because F91 doesn't have many units outside the natural. His units are all spread around and available for the main. So, I don't know. I can't see this dropship not getting sniped. He is doing the right thing. He's waiting until he attacks to use the dropship. I'm still not convinced.
I'm just curious to see where it goes. I mean, it could do a lot of damage. At the same time, it could, as you said, get sniped, get shut down completely. And really be the ultimately lose 7 Marines lives. And here we have the lag spike. Unfortunately guys, sorry about that. The server's being a real pain because of how many people were on the stream at the moment.
I don't know if the stream is down or not. Or if it's just lagging.
I don't know. F91 has actually prepared for a drop. He has 4 workers up right next to his main minerals, ready to intercept any kind of drop that ends up there, which really is quite clever play, although I don't know if he wants to be committing that many units to defense at this stage in the game.
Seriously, I don't know if Idra forgot about his dropship. Originally I thought it was like smart play, but it's hovering right above his refinery. I think he just completely forgot about it. So his army is going to be moving out with 1 less vessel and, you know, 7 less Marines.
That's quite unfortunate, because I mean that dropship had quite a bit of promise. I mean,
Oh,
here we go, Idra moving out. Here we go, moving out with these Marines, pushing those Hydralisks back, and the dropship is out. Dropship is moving over a group of Hydralisks. Hydralisk snipe the dropship. 1 Marine gets down. Wow! F91 has got perfect unit placement. Well done, F91. You're just completely on top of him, on top of Idra at the moment. Here we come, Idra moving down into the really F91's half of the map. Great chance to flank here. Here come the Hydralisks, in they come. They snipe the vessel. I mean, now without a vessel, Idra is going to be relying on scans, which he really doesn't want to be doing. And now because he's wasted the time to build a dropship, without that second vessel, his push is going to be slowed that much more.
There are so many lurkers in F91's army. He's just going to come and crush this. This isn't even going to be close. Just moves in. Burrows are the lurkers. Idra does not have the army he needs to take this. He's spreading nicely, but the Hydralisks are going to come in, clean up. Oh, I didn't see the second half of Idra's army, actually. The tanks are nice in the back. So splitting up his army like that was really nice. I completely missed the second half of that army. Very nice by Idra, and he's got a few units going to the bottom left trying to scout for an expansion. There's nothing down there, and now he can control this bridge and move in to kill bottom right.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I mean, this map favors the defender, and because of the number of siege tanks that Idra has, he will be playing the defender in most of these attacks here. He should be able to crack this base right here, because he does have Vessel, and he does have a lot of tanks and M&M support. There goes the lurker defending that man. He's lost the tank, but without any lurkers, those Marines should be able to clean up what's left in that base, and F91 will be back down to 2 base, and maybe Idra is making somewhat of a late comeback.
Yeah, for sure, and he did nice there. He had his army moving to bottom right. He brought it up back. He needs to control this bridge. He needs to keep that army strong. Comes back, defends the attack. Now he's looking to go bottom right, and he kills what just as the Defiler comes out. So he's going to kill bottom right, and just nice timing by Idra to take it back to 2 base against 2 base right when F91's timing for Hive is coming up.
Yeah, I mean, F91 did what he could. He sniped off both tanks that were camping outside the bridge. There's nothing you can do about the Marines hitting that hatchery at the moment. Lurker's just about to pop, not in time. Lurkers burrow, the Marines, they clean up both Lurkers, and they actually repel the Hydralisks. I mean, Idra is now in a commanding lead in this game, and he should be able to walk over F91 relatively easily from here.
Yeah, and this is the first game we've seen upgrades play a role. Idra at 1-2 to attack, and we see F91 is only at 1 carapace, so that's finally playing a role, especially in Hydra Lurker. Those ranged attack on the Hydras are so important, and we can see Idra's macro really kicking in here. He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 barracks, and two starports, so really true SK coming. And you can just see this line, flying right into the Hydras, getting to radiate on the Defiler, very nice. One science vessel gets sniped, but there's not much F91 can do here. He's just got 2 irradiated Defilers, and largely Hydras, so putting up Swarm is not going to do that much to hold back Idra.
Yeah, I mean, F91 is basically playing the waiting game at the moment. He's trying to stall for as much time as he can with those swarms, but really, with Idra's solid mechanics, I mean, Idra can just easily take a 3rd base, and with a 3rd base, a 3-base economy tier is really going to be difficult to stop when you're still stuck on 2 base.
Yeah, for sure. There's not much F91 can do to get back in this, except some sort of draw play possibly, or playing defensive with defilers and lurkers and just plaguing over and over and over and over and over. Here comes Idra trying to push to bottom left again. Nice flank here by F91. He's got great positioning coming in, and Idra is going to lose this entire army, it looks like. We're just coming down to the final ends of this battle. Idra might pull through. No, he gets hit with the Irradiate, and you know, F91 did nice, but look at Idra's natural at this point. He's got just units flooding. It doesn't even look like he's grouping them anymore. Looks like he's just A-moving units down as he pleases, and he's got top right set up, so, you know, really not much F91 can do here.
Yeah, F91 just can't reproduce at the rate that Idra can at the moment, because Idra's got, what, 6 barracks going continuously, 2 ports going, and his factory isn't doing anything at the moment. Idra has a 3rd base online, and F91 is still trying to get his 3rd up, so I mean, Idra's economy is so much more powerful than F91's at the moment. Here we go, Idra moving up to try to attack this base, attacking uphill being a real pain there for Idra, but it's just just a stall for him, really. F91's is actually doing quite a good job of defending, but still, Idra should be able to force it and F19 back in. Here we go. Idra is going to be able to assume control of F91's 3rd base, and really, without an economy to support him, F91 can't really fight Idra.
Yeah, for sure. The supplies are so telling. We've got Idra at 130, F91 at 55, so that's not a good position to be in, less than half. And now it's going to be hard to get across the bridge, but Idra can just control the choke point across the bridge and basically starve out F91. He's got these 2 lurkers at the bridge at top right with a few Zerglings. I'd like to see some movement from them. It looks like they just stutter-stepped. And now the entire army coming up, going to that position. Here comes a swarm to try to hold back Idra, but there's no lurkers under there. There's just Hydralisks, so that's not going to hold back. And here comes the counter to top right. Only a few Marines there in a science vessel. Here we go. Lurkers coming in, gonna burrow, get in position. First lurker gets targeted. F91 not looking very good here. Really losing way more units than he should here. And the upgrades are so telling. Actually, that does no damage. That should have done about 10 times the damage it did. Just getting a science vessel out of that. So, I mean, the losses are just compounding for F91 here.
I mean, he did do what he wanted to do. He wanted to draw Idra back and try to pull his army back and force him to overreact. Idra did overreact, but his push was over so quickly that that overreaction was basically nulled by the ineffectiveness of that attack. F91, there we go, GG out of the blue right there before fighting off, because the game was, well, lost. Good job, Idra. You're now up to $75, and with the possibility of taking out a complimentary $100 in this series.
Nice, and what do I get for my 4-3 prediction being correct?
Absolutely nothing at all. We can give you the Menstria no plies.
I'll take it.
Well, who else wants it?
Exactly.
So here we come. Yeah, no one wants the Menstria no prize. I mean, it's a no prize. I mean, I don't know, Chill, we can give you some kind of custom icon or something, like a beer or something, I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the final game of the series, Medusa, the last Courage map that we've got for you today, the last map in the series, the last chance for Idra to prove to the world that, hey, maybe my TVZ is actually competent after all. This series hasn't been too good for that at the moment, but he's making a bit of a comeback on the Courage map, so I guess that's a promising sign.
I don't know, these last 2 games, do you think it's to Idra's credit or F91's discredit? Because I am greatly favoring the latter at this point.
Likewise, I mean, the Colosseum game was essentially F91 getting a little too complacent, screwing around with Mutalisks and Queens and all that kind of awesome Zerg stuff that we love to see Jaedong do. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him, and Idra made a good decision to counter, although I have a feeling if F91 didn't waste his Mutalisks, he may have been able to defend that and Idra would have been completely lost. The scan that we just saw, I think that was pretty much all Idra, mostly because I don't think F91's build was streamlined enough to deal with the bio with heavy tank support. It was clearly designed to counter mech play, which is strong on Destination, and I think Idra was able to exploit that enough, and then was able to push across the bottom right base and take pretty much a good a commanding lead from there. So I mean, okay, one one game to F91, one game to Idra, really.
I think I'd agree with that. You know, it's hard to say people have gotten complacent when there's money on the line. I mean, $25 isn't gonna do, it's not gonna change your life. But I mean, you win 3 games instead of losing them. $75. That's nothing to laugh at, especially for playing StarCraft. So, I really have a hard time valuing or chalking it up to complacency. Although it definitely could be a possibility.